Good afternoon to everyone joining us here in this room today. All the students, teachers, mentors, all the officials and dignitaries from Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, as well as AIM Niti Aayog. Let me also welcome all the people who've joined us on YouTube live session, all the schools, Atal Tinkering Labs, and all the KVKs and Ataris who have joined us today. Today, with this collaboration of the first few Atal Tinkering Labs and KVKs and Atmas, we hope to achieve a higher focus on innovation in the agricultural sector among school students in the Atal Tinkering Labs. In the past, seen several innovative ideas and solutions coming from Atal Tinkering Lab students in the agricultural sector. And we feel this collaboration with the support of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare will help us take those innovations to the next level. There will be guidance, mentoring, training and support through the connection that has been made with the KVKs and Atmas across all the 11 Ataris. These institutions are enriched with experience, expertise, and inputs and resources that would be very helpful for all the students who want to take their innovations forward relating to agricultural sector. This collaboration would also include eventually all the ATLs and KVKs and Atmas. Right now, as a part of the first phase of the implementation, as a pilot, we have 11 KVKs and Atmas which have been mapped to 3 to 5 Atal Tinkering Labs, which is a total of around 50 to 55 Atal Tinkering Labs across the country. I really hope with this collaboration, the students can maximize this opportunity of the mentorship and support that is being so kindly provided by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, by the two departments, ICAR as well as DAFW, in terms of helping our young innovators take their ideas forward. As part of this collaboration, we would also be encouraging and taking some more initiatives such as hackathons for students which will be related to the agricultural sector. The first thing that it would promote is a basic level understanding and identification of problems in the agricultural sector. Secondly, it would help innovate for those solutions and innovate in a way that we are able to actually implement those solutions in the future. Because here you will be taking on-ground feedback and guidance from people who really know it the best when it comes to agriculture sector. And lastly, we will jointly promote all these innovations and provide a platform to encourage and motivate more and more students in terms of their innovation and tinkering journey ahead. We know these are the future of our dream of becoming the innovation hub of the world, and I'm confident with this collaboration we'll be able to achieve it. Today, as part of this orientation session, we will be covering a brief overview of what Atal Tinkering Labs are. This is essentially for the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare team, KVKs and Atmas to understand and appreciate what Atal Tinkering and insist that all of you visit your nearest Atal Tinkering Labs as a part of this collaboration, a first step towards that. And likewise, we would insist that the tinkering labs that are mapped to the KVKs and Atmas also visit in turn the KVKs and Atmas to really understand and get connected better and appreciate what really happens across each of these institutions. And then following to that, as need would be, there would be several other interactions and visits from both sides, and there would also be ongoing training, workshops, hackathons, and a constant engagement and celebration of the top ideas. We hope to achieve all this through this collaboration. We will be covering a brief about the KVKs and Atmas for the Atal Tinkering Labs, for them to very briefly understand what these institutions are, what they are really going to benefit from this collaboration. And lastly, we will hear about some success stories from some of the students who are here with us in the room today, and share their experience and projects which are relevant for the agriculture sector, but otherwise also how their journey has been. With that, let me hand it over to Shri Samuel Praveen Kumar, JS Extension, DFW, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, to just address everyone for the orientation session.
Thank you once again, Deepali. As I've already spoken, it's a very historic moment for all of us. When we talk of children, generally what we associate is that we say children are very innocent, children are very sweet, children are very cute. But one thing we all forget is that children are also very intelligent. In fact, more intelligent than some of our elders. Now, this intelligence and that inquisitiveness to find something new, to do something new. You give a mobile, latest mobile, to an old man. You give an same mobile to a young boy, young guy who is having a lot of interest. I am sure the old man may use only 2 or 3 features. He will use only the call feature, SMS, and maybe WhatsApp. But the school child or a student of 10th or 11th will almost exhaust the 90 or 100% of the options available in a mobile. He will teach you, he will say this is the thing, this is how to download, this is how to upload, this feature you can use, you can make the photo, you can crop it, you can do this. So he will exercise all his options. Why? Because that curiosity in young minds, that inquisitiveness. So these are all very important, and that is where the idea has come up to how do we leverage this kind of inquisitiveness in children, young minds, and how do we benefit one set of community. See, there are several stakeholders in our entire ecosystem. If you see, we have health sector, education sector, you have other sectors like agriculture, technology, science. So every sector has got some kind of an innovation or technology being adopted. In agriculture, if you see, as Dr. Chinta Vaishnav said, it's a colossus sector. Meaning it's such a huge sector. And lot of challenges that we face day in, day out. And the problems are compounding day by day. The challenges are not coming down. The moment we come up with a solution for a challenge, that challenge, it's like a COVID variant. It immediately transforms into a different variant and throws up a new challenge. Now, how are we going to equip ourselves? Are our responses in line with the compounding challenges? That is the issue. Now, what is the answer? The traditional methods or the traditional solutions will not be able to help us cope up with those challenges. So that is where the need for innovation and technology. I keep telling you, for a growth of any sector, there are 3 pillars. We refer to IIT. IIT is Indian Institute of Technology, which is the premier institute for engineering. Taking a cue from that IIT, I will say that infrastructure, innovation, technology. These 3 pillars are the essential pillars for growth of any sector. You take any sector, you take health, transportation, they must have good infrastructure, they must have good innovation, they must have good technology. When we say innovation, it is not only to do with technology. Innovation can be a practice also. Innovation can be a procedure also. A new procedure will also be an innovation. Innovative way of doing things which will avoid repetitive action, wastage of time, energy, resources. So we have seen the importance of innovation technology. We have also seen in the at the level of school children what kind of innovation they are coming up with. So the idea has come up, how do we leverage this or harness this kind of an innovative thinking and benefit the agriculture sector. Now the ideal foils for this kind of a collaborative approach is the Atal Tinkering Labs, who are fostering the innovation in the young mind. And then on one side we have the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, who are actually meant to disseminate new technology for adoption by the farmers. And they have been doing from time immemorial. When the KVKs have come into existence, they have always been helping the farmers with new practices, new innovations, new varieties, adoption, so that our agriculture keeps growing. So the growing population, the changing climate, all these are challenges which are actually impacting agriculture negatively. So we have to tide over these conditions, and the solutions that come up must be new. and keeping pace with the complexity of the problems. With this collaboration, with this partnership, we are very sure that we are actually starting off with a small number, 55 Atal Tinkering Labs mapped to 11 KVKs, but representing all the zones. We want to reach pan India, every nook and corner of our country, we need to identify because talented young minds are available all throughout the country, deep south, east, northeast, west, everywhere. So every person should get an opportunity to showcase his technology. Now, when we talk of cricket, earlier days, we had only test matches and one-day internationals. I don't know, old timers may know, all are young people. In our times, we used to watch cricket only maybe about 15 or 20 days in a year.
Yeah.
That was when some country used to come and tour us, West Indies. And invariably we used to lose when West Indies comes with all those Vivian Richards and Marshall and all those. And then slowly it improved. We had more bilateral series with more countries coming. And then slowly what happened, they thought opportunities are not there. Everybody, is a talented cricketer. Somebody is a good bowler, somebody is a good batsman, somebody is a good fielder. How do you give a platform for them? Then came the invention in the form of IPL. And today IPL is a craze. It's a marketing thing. People are watching IPL and these 2 months for entertainment, there is nothing beyond IPL. I don't think so people will be watching Netflix and Prime and other things. They'll simply get home, 8 o'clock, ideal time, prime time, sit down with their meal, dinner, watch the match, enjoy. If it is he's a Dhoni fan, he'll watch Dhoni match. If he's a Rohit Sharma fan. So that kind of a platform has been provided. Now this platform also must be, coming up from some visionary thinker. Yeah, how do we promote the game? Now what does this platform provide? It is a business of course, but it also provides a good platform for many young talents who would otherwise not have been, performing at the greatest level, highest level. So that kind of a platform we are building for agri innovations. It is like an IPL only. This is like an IPL for us. It is an agri-PL, you can say, Agriculture Premier League. So all the talent that we have found in school children who are working in agri sector, of course, I am not undermining the importance of other sectors. They are also working since we are all from agri ministry. So we would like to actually focus our energies on the innovations in the agriculture sector. Now these innovations, once they, kind of catch our imagination and see that yes, they are going to definitely address our problem, then we can actually validate through the KVKs. KVK scientists have the capability, capacity, wherewithals and the paraphernalia to actually test this. And once we test and validate and certify that yes, this is an appropriate technology to solve this problem. Say for example, soil testing, what Secretary Sir was mentioning. For easy tool, someone has come up with, mobile tool kind of a soil kit. Just goes the basic parameters you can analyze. And somebody comes up with a solution like that, then it will be a, kind of boon for the farmer. The farmer don't have to, run to a lab or something. Just use that small kit, test whether his nitrogen is good, his phosphorus is good and other things and what are the other elements that are missing for which he has to, supplement the soil with all those. These kind of solutions, small solutions. I'm just giving an example. The, opportunities are enormous. The potential is vast and therefore these children who are coming up with their innovation are going to get an ideal platform to kind of showcase their innovation, technology, which will not only benefit the agriculture sector, but as I said, it is going to benefit the entire country. Our economy is primarily agrarian based, and since we have all small and marginal farmers, 85 to 90% are small and marginal farmers, they need solutions, they need technology, they need infrastructure, they need advanced tools. And that is possible by integrating these young minds into the main system. They will also contribute, they will also learn, they will also evolve, and we will also benefit from their intelligent and inquisitive minds. So with those words, I once again thank Niti Aayog for their support to us, and also all my colleagues in the Agri Ministry who have come here. Of course, Manoj Ahuja sir and Chintan Mehta sir have left, but they have given us the backup, the support, the inspiration for us to carry forward. Let us all work together to make this project a super hit success like IPL. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. And always a pleasure to hear you address everyone. It's so encouraging and inspiring. Let me now request Dr. Sujit Kumar Jha, Principal Scientist, Agriculture Extension, ICAR, to share a bit of an overview about the Krishi Vigyan Kendras across the country, and with that our Atal Tinkering Labs and the participants across YouTube Live who joined, and the participants here will understand and appreciate that better.
Thank you, Ms. Dipali. And at the same time, I'm thankful to the organizers for giving us this opportunity. A special thanks to Honorable Secretary Dare and DG, ICAR, Secretary of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Sri Manoj Ahuja ji, and Dr. U.S. Gautam ji, our Honorable Deputy Director General, Agricultural Extension, who has asked me to continue for this session. Otherwise, he was also present here just at the time of launching this program. I am also thankful to Sri Samuel Praveen Kumar ji, Joint Secretary, Extension, and Dr. Shailesh Mishra ji, all these people and all his team members from Niti Aayog, this Atal Innovation Mission, as well as from DAFW, as well as ICR. So really it is a great moment for all of us, and we are assembled here. In fact, for all of us, this is a very kind of what we say deja vu kind of experience, because we have been doing these kind of exercises during our UG days also. Whenever any student is pursuing the degree of graduation in agriculture and animal husbandry or any allied sector, there is one program named as RAWE, that is Rural Agricultural Works Experience, wherein the students undergoing a few weeks training, and they, for that particular period, they are associated and connected with some farmers, and they live inside the village, and they really enjoy their life there. They learn the basics of agriculture by residing in the same village, and after they come back, they are fully enriched with many agricultural practices, and they come back and they report, and this is a part of their degree. So credit hours and evaluation, everything is done also. But more than that, they learn so many things about agriculture, because not all of the students are from agriculture family background, but most of them are from urban culture also, so they also have to learn. So I think for me, this is kind of deja vu, because if the students of the school, right from the school education, if they are inculcated in this kind of trend and orientation towards agriculture as a, I don't think profession we can say, but agriculture as a kind of, getting some innovative ideas to make the life easy. Because ultimately, this is one harsh fact, or what we say is that brutal truth is that food cannot be downloaded at all. We can download anything. We are also mastering the art of 3D printing, and many 3D printing, even structures are maintained, buildings are made. But I doubt when the day will come when food can be downloaded. Till the time come, agriculture will remain the supreme and it will continue for long. But how to maintain that status? This is rightly pointed out by our senior colleagues. India is a fortunate country wherein more than 2/3 of the population, around 65% of the population, are of young age. And naturally the future is in their hands. So if right now from the school days, from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th onwards, they have started taking interest in agriculture related activities, and they are in fact getting some ideas, some what we say innovative ideas regarding how to do better something for the society. This is, I'm really surprised by their altruistic attitude, that they are not thinking about themselves, they are thinking about the welfare of the society. And if students from this young age are starting having this kind of concept towards life and how to make it smoother and easier, then definitely if they pursue their degree, I am not sure that all of them are going in agriculture profession, maybe through degree or through the activities or their job or profession. But whatever line they will be choosing for their profession or their career in the long run, but as far as that initial orientation towards agriculture practices is concerned, or agricultural innovative ideas are concerned, these have been implanted in their mind, and they cannot go away, or they cannot be vanished at all. Once it is there, it will remain there. So I'm very happy to note that. In fact, I was very much impressed while discussing with that girl who has got that CSR fund from Samsung for rupees 1 crore seed money. and Miss Anupriya Nayak. One? Varnalika.
It's a
Anyway, so there is a team, Miss Anupriya and Miss Varnalika. So I'm happy for them, and similar other these experiments have been shared by other students also, and we are very fortunate to live in such an area where, as even I exactly don't remember who told that they know much better than many of the seniors. So here, after listening to them, we really feel that yes, it is true. Because it is not that by simply experience and exposure you cannot learn and many thing or everything. There has to be some kind of domain where you need to have some kind of effect also. But for them only sky is the limit. This is the beauty of the young age. For them only sky is the limit, and once they have the talent along with that innovative mind, nobody can stop them. So anyway, coming back to the topic assigned to me, I don't think there is a further need to elaborate because already our Honorable DDG sir has discussed in detail about the several aspects related with Krishi Vigyan Kendra. But nevertheless, I have been told that that was the function which was not being live telecast, and probably this is going to be live. So for your benefit, for the benefit of those who have joined later on, let me say that we are fortunate enough that there are in all 731 Krishi Vigyan Kendra in our country. In fact, it is my pleasure to share with you that this year we are entering into the Golden Jubilee celebration year of Krishi Vigyan Kendra, because first time Krishi Vigyan Kendra was established in Pondicherry in the year 1974. So this 24 next year, so we are even planning to celebrate Golden Jubilee year round the year celebration because we are having 11 Ataris, that is Agricultural Technology and Application Research Institute, popularly known as Atari, and located at 11 different places across the country. So it was being planned. It is not in final stage, but we are doing a job at the divisional level, thinking that 11 Ataris will celebrate in 11 months, and final culmination will be at Pondicherry itself. Where exactly, and even Honorable DD sir and DG sir is thinking of inviting Honorable PM for that particular occasion because this is very dear to him. KVK and farmers are very dear to our Honorable PM. So hopefully we should be able to have this program in the presence of Honorable PM. But nevertheless, this is the strategy. So that means that Golden Jubilee celebration stage has come for Krishi Vigyan Kendra. So that shows its strength. That shows its caliber. That for 50 long years to survive, not only survive, to increase continuously in number is also there. So right now we are having 731 Krishi Vigyan Kendra across the countries, and out of that 507 are with the state agriculture universities and these 3 central agriculture universities. Then 103 are with non-governmental organizations, NGOs. Only 66, this is very surprising, only 66 Krishi Vigyan Kendras are with us. Means under the direct jurisdiction of ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Then there are several other mechanisms. For example, this is also very curious arrangement of the things that financially this ICAR is supporting all Krishi Vigyan Kendras, but administrative control is with the respective organizations, because we all know that agriculture is a state subject. So as already I have told you, for 507 KVKs, state agriculture universities will decide whom to appoint, how to appoint, where to locate, and regarding their appointment to till the time of retirement. And similarly, 103 NGOs will decide about their modus operandi of till from appointment to retirement. Only 66 of the KVKs will be following the rules and regulations of ICAR as far as appointment, pay grade and retirement facilities are concerned. So this is a curious arrangement, but still, surprisingly, it is going on. Going on, not only going on, it is going on in a sustainable and amicable manner. So hopefully, in this arrangement, when few more KVKs are supposed to be established, I think 14 new KVKs have been given approval to be opened, and maybe in the next financial year, 14 new KVKs may also be opened. So, but till the time it is, as of now, we are only having 731. Then what is happening at KVK level? If you go down, then there are vacancies, in general vacancies for 6 specific scientific personnel, which are popularly known as SMS, subject matter specialist. And they are scientists of different disciplines. But in general, it is recommended that agronomy scientists should be there, one animal husbandry scientist should be there, horticulture scientist should be there, one home scientist should be there, and one this plant material or that IPM, what we say IPM, integrated plant protection management and all that. These kind of things should be taken care of. So out of those 6, they should be able to cover all of the 6 premier areas of the agriculture sector. But in general, what is happening as of now, we are having lack of shortage of staff as far as scientific personnel are concerned. Not all KVKs are having all 6 positions fulfilled. So somewhere it is only 3, somewhere 4, somewhere 5, somewhere 2. So this is our main constraint, that lack of scientific strength, and coupled with that man management power, and accordingly that capacity building things. These are the things. But nevertheless, because we have been requested by the ministry, by the Niti Aayog, so this was our hitch initially. I still remember that we had discussed in the very first meeting also with Ms. Dipali and in our ministry also, that I had shared this concern that how we'll be able to manage in the long run, because initially everything could be done in a haphazard manner, but how to continue it in the long run in a sustainable manner, so that it is a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. But let us hope that we will find a way that how to cope up with that kind of thing, because suddenly we are even demanding for recruitments, but we know that these days getting recruitment, new positions are very difficult to be filled up. We have sent the requisitions also, but still some things are in the pipeline. I don't know when it will be completed. But nevertheless, I do assure on behalf of the division that whatever may be the scenario now, once we have decided, so we'll not let other stakeholders down in this manner. In fact, we will try to support each other in a complementary way by providing whatever minimal that scientific strength is there, because more than scientific strength, it is that the atmosphere, the agricultural field, the progressive farmers of the locality, and the fields developed with the care and control of Krishi Vigyan Kendra in their several region-wise specific locations, as already our DD sir has told, 126 agro-specific regions are there. So those things will be naturally a kind of what we say treasure for the students of ATL to visit and get a first-hand exposure. So that will be, of course, there. Of course, the limitation of staff will be a kind of hindrance for them, as far as if they wish to get some particular specific knowledge about some, suppose they want to know into detail about IPM things, and that IPM scientist is vacancy is there, scientist is not there. Somebody is keen to know about poultry and animal husbandry and dairy, but that for at that particular KVK, that scientist is not there. So these may happen at some point of time. But nevertheless, if we see in a cumulative way, in a combined way, I think overall we should be in a very win-win situation to provide that kind of technological backstopping, along with that, what we say, that first-hand exposure, like I already gave you the description about that RAWE, rural agriculture work experience. So for us, this will be kind of similar, that exercise we have been carrying out for our SAUs. So I don't think that there should be any problem in continuation of that. So hopefully in the very short period of time, the results should start to come. And when we say that, generally in terms of management, we say that planning done is half work done and well begun is also half done. So once I do believe that we have these three stakeholders have planned very much well in advance, so that should get in successful mode at the very short period of time, and the results should be visible. And in the long run, it should continue, and a day will not be far away when we'll be having a kind of what we say that scientific mindset among young students right from class 6, class 7, and till what sir was telling that Chintan sir was telling that out of 10 those computer specialists, 7 are from farmers background family. So maybe that day is not far away when this may be a reality once again in the new India, and that what we call as Amrit Kal or Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sujit, and a very thank you to the entire ICAR department who have supported us in this initiative. This is indeed very crucial and important for the Atal Tinkering Lab students and the future of innovation in agriculture. Let me now request Dr. Y.R. Meena, Additional Commissioner, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, to share about Atma.
Atma is a centrally sponsored scheme of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. We are operating Atma scheme through State Department of Agriculture, Horticulture, etc. So I can say Atma in a nutshell, it's a broad-based scheme. Through Atma scheme, we deal agriculture, we deal in horticulture, animal husbandry, dairy, fishery, all agriculture and allied sectors. So Atma is a special scheme dealing with all agriculture segments. I mean all the sectors of the agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, dairy, fishery. So we can say that Atma is a broad-based scheme, and we are operating this scheme through agriculture departments of the state governments. And Atma also, actually, it's an autonomous registered body. We can say that Atma is a support to state extension program or extension reforms. So extension approach को support करने के लिए ये scheme है. Especially at district level, we have a registered body. We call that body is Atma. Atma means Agricultural Technology Management Agency. Generally, Atma headed by the district collector at the district level, and all the line departments officers, deputy directors and assistant directors, they are the member of that governing body or governing board at the district level. Atma also working in close collaboration with the KVKs. So KVK and Atma, actually existence of KVKs and Atmas are at the district level. Till now, about 800 plus Atmas are working in the country, almost all the rural districts. In Atma, they are actually disseminating the agricultural technology, agricultural advancement, advisories to the farmers through various means. They used to organize demonstrations, they used to organize training for a specific group, yani need-based group, horticulture group, animal husbandry group, dairy group. So they organized such way, and they used to organize farmers field school. I mean, Atma is an autonomous body, and they are decide their activities at district level themselves. So we can call Atma functioning as a bottom-up approach. We are not directing them to do so and so. So they have to decide at their level what their needs at their district level. So we can call that Atma is working on bottom-up approach. Actually, Atma constituting a group of farmers like horticulture group, animal husbandry group, dairy group. So they organize specific training to each group. And one another important activity of the Atma is they are organizing exhibitions and fairs at district level. They used to mobilize farmers from one district to another district, one state to another state. We say that exposure visit, that activity. So farmers exposure visit, through farmers exposure visit, whenever we organize national level events like exhibitions and fairs, we call Atma to mobilize farmers from their respective areas to visit our exhibitions so that farmer can learn from each other. And each Atma subject matter specialists are there. ATM and BTM, though these are the crucial position. ATM means Assistant Technology Manager and BTM means Block Technology Manager. And in many states there are farmers' friend at village level. One farmer friend and 2 village panchayats. So they are also there. So basically Atma is disseminating information. Atma is creating awareness among the farmers, and practically extension is seeing is believing. We can teach in class so many things, but for farmers we have to organize a demo so that they can believe. So through various activities like exposure visit, training, demonstrations, they see by themselves and then believe, then adopt the technology. So it's a very important scheme. Or nowadays, Atma is a major scheme in extension system. Ministry of Agriculture is funding in the Atma, but 40% share come from the states. So funding pattern is 60-40. Government of India 60% share and 40% of the state share. So both state and the Government of India plan activities at the district level, and our Joint Secretary Samuel Praveen Kumar is heading that scheme at central level as a Joint Secretary. So time to time we amend the guidelines, and farmers' participation is a major thing in the Atma scheme, because without farmers' involvement or farmers' mobilization, farmer-oriented activities, we can't disseminate information or technology or whatever advancement in the agriculture sector. So in that sense, because I am not dealing with Atma scheme, but Dr. Misra request me that you have to just explain what is Atma and how Atma is working across the country. So almost 800 plus Atma is now working in almost all the rural districts of the country, and they are dealing with all the agriculture sectors, areas, agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, dairy. So it's a unique type of society, registered society, generally headed by the district collector or CEO Panchayat Samiti at the district level. They decide whatever activity, whatever plan to be implemented in the their respective districts. That's all.
Thank you so much for sharing an overview of Atmas with all of us. Next, we would like to share an overview of Atal Tinkering Labs program. Ms. Vishnupriya Bijapur, Atal Innovation Lead, will share with us.
Vishnu, I have to say a few words. Inspector Joint Secretary Sir, Dr. Sujit Jha Sahab, Dr. Meena Sahab, मेरे सभी साथी अधिकारी, कृषि मंत्रालय से, नीति आयोग से, और आज के अम्बेसडर, हमारे प्यारे बच्चे और गुरुजन। एक्चुअली आज का जो प्रोग्राम था, इनफैक्ट दिस प्रोग्राम वाज मेंट एज नेशनल लेवल टू बी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड फॉर ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम। ड्यू टू सम reason we are not able to organize this program virtually with all the SAUs, I mean to say State Agriculture Universities, ICR Institutes, Krishi Vigyan Kendra. But just now I have discussed, respected Joint Secretary sir, kindly listen. Just now I have discussed with DDG Dr. U.S. Gautam sir, and he has agreed upon very recently, very soon we are going to organize a national level orientation program for this innovative, important program. For this I will request Dr. Pali to please plan. Please plan, very soon we are going to organize a national level orientation program. Thank you and thank you so much. Vishnu Priya.
Thank you, sir, for that. Now we will just look at the function of Atal Innovation Mission and Atal Tinkering Labs. While most of you might already be aware of it, but Atal Innovation Mission is Niti Aayog's initiative to foster innovation across the country. And how does it do that? It does that through different programs that work at different interventions, and we'll look at it in the next slide. It provides platforms and collaboration opportunities for different stakeholders, and one such is the event that we are having here. And AIM is also an umbrella structure which oversees the entire innovation ecosystem in the country. Like I mentioned earlier, the interventions are done across the entire innovation life cycle, which includes Atal Tinkering Labs at the school level, Atal incubation centers at the startup level, incubation centers. We have Atal Community Innovation Centers, which works on grassroots innovation fostering. Then we work with a lot of ministries and hold grand challenges to find solutions to various problems that the country faces. That is done through Atal New India Challenges. And we have a Mentor of Change program wherein we have volunteers from across industry, academia, private space who come together to mentor school students in the ATL labs. And I would invite everyone here if you could consider enrolling yourself as mentors in the program as well. Finally, we've also started a recent program called Vernacular Innovation Program, which is an attempt at breaking the language boundary that there is. So we are trying to open up the innovation ecosystem to all the 22 official languages that are there in the country. So here you can see the variety of initiatives that AIM undertakes to really encourage innovation in the country. But this particular collaboration is with Atal Tinkering Labs, which is the intervention to promote innovation in school students. Now let's look at what Atal Tinkering Labs are all about. So Atal Tinkering Labs was started as a vision to cultivate 1 million children as neurodic innovators. And the idea here was to promote curiosity, creativity, and imagination in children, and help them, empower them to solve the problems that they see in and around their community. And how do we do that? We do that by enabling them with design thinking skills, computational thinking skills, giving them access to the latest technological equipment, and we will see that more about that in a bit. So there are over 10,000 ATLs established currently across the country. The main objectives, like I just touched upon previously, include to create workspaces where young minds can tinker and create solutions, solving the problems that they see around them, to empower the youth while leveraging on their already existing creativity and innovation skills that they have, and to help build innovative solutions. So India has a huge population, and with a huge population comes equally number of problems, and every problem gives us an opportunity to look for solutions, and that is what we are trying to do through this initiative. So how does an ATL lab look like? This is how an ATL lab looks like, and let's look deeper into the kind of equipment that is there in the lab. So I'm not sure if the text is visible, but So we have mechanical and measurement tools here on the side. IoT robotic kits. It's a nice, well spacious lab. We have safety equipment like fire extinguisher and properly spaced benches. And moving forward, we can see here we have a lot of sensors, actuators, 3D printers, soldering stations. So let me take a step back here and talk about the essence of Atal Tinkering Labs, right? So in schools, we've already seen chemistry labs, physics labs, where we actually do experiments and learn the concepts better. Similarly, in Atal Tinkering Lab, a makerspace is created with access to the latest 21st century technological equipment. So this includes equipment like 3D printers, Raspberry Pis, Arduino boards, mechanical tools, electrical sensors, electronics, etc. And it's not just about giving them access to the tools, but also creating an environment which is open to learning, teamwork, and innovation. And that is what we have tried to create, as you can see on screen, right? So the atmosphere is encouraging for students to use the tools and really empower them to solve the problems on their own. So if we look at some of the highlights of the program, we are glad to share that over the last few years, we've established over 10,000 ATLs across the country, covering all the states and UTs and spanning across 700 plus districts, in fact. And we have touched over 75 lakh plus students who've been actively engaging in the tinkering labs. We have almost 6,000 mentors of change who are actively mentoring our students in the ATLs. We have partnerships with over 30 organizations from the public, private and academia sectors. And to keep the students engaged, we do a lot of challenges, competitions around the year. And so far we've done over 30 challenges and we have a lot more to come this year as well. So, so the ATLs are established in government and private schools as well, and this is basically the criteria that that needs to be met for an ATL to be established. 1,500 square feet of area, science and math faculty, and so the way the labs are set up is basically by providing a grant of 20 lakh over a period of 5 years to schools, and the school then utilizes this grant and establishes the lab, makes sure that the teachers are trained, because teachers are the heroes and the actual people who run the lab, and also use the funds for other kind of activities like participation in events, challenges, etc. This is the broad framework of the program. While I will not go into the detail because it might not be relevant for all the stakeholders present here, but generally, what do we do? If we do not just give the grant to the schools and let it be, we take that further through establishment, enablement and celebration pillars. So by establishment, we mean that we run a lot of capacity building workshops for teachers. We have a lot of guidelines in place so that the teachers, principals, the management can work together and get the most out of this initiative. Then in enablement, we have a dedicated calendar of activities. In fact, tomorrow is Community Day on the occasion of Dr. Ambedkar's Jayanti. So this is when ATLs open up their labs to non-ATL schools and everyone who wants to visit and experience tinkering. So like that, we have a dedicated calendar. We have a change network to help schools. We have adoption collaboration like this one where KVKs are helping a certain number of ATLs. So that way we have a lot of partnerships in place to make sure that the lab is being utilized effectively. And finally, celebration. So here is where we recognize children. So like today we recognized 2 of our students from Amity International who won 1 crore as funding through the Samsung Challenge. Similarly, a lot of students have great achievements from the ATL ecosystem, and we recognize them through awards, through publications, through online shout-outs, etc. So this in turn inspires and encourages other students to participate and do well in the lab. This is the ATL ecosystem, and we are very glad to include ICAR, KVKs, Atmas, and collaborate with Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare and extend this family. So we, as you can see here, a lot of players, a lot of elements go into making sure that the ATL labs are functioning properly. So some of the success stories or opportunities that we provide our students include AIM Serious Innovation. So this is one of the many programs that we have for our well-performing young innovators. So this is a photo back from 2019 where students had gone to Russia on an exchange program and they got a chance to work with Russian students, create innovations and even showcase them to the president there. The previous year, they got a chance to present it to PM Modi. So like that, the top innovators have a lot of opportunities opening up for them if they do well in the lab. Similarly, girl students got a chance to participate in She STEM, which is a program dedicated to foster STEM education in girl students. And through this, girl students got a chance to meet the king and queen of Sweden and also participate in a lot of events like the Nobel Memorial Week that Sweden does every year in India. We also have internship opportunities like student innovator program, student entrepreneurship program where we work with our partners to refine the innovations that the students create as part of their ATL experiences, including a lot of challenges that we run around the year. So while this, the marathon is an entry gate for this, but I think we can, let's not go into too many details because that might not be relevant. But basically the point here is there are a lot of internship opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities available to the top performing innovators. And thanks to this collaboration, we are very keen on exploring agriculture-related innovation, and probably we can, in future, we can work towards such a program where internship opportunities can be provided to the top innovators. So I think with that we come to the final slide here, which is basically now we've been running the program for over 5 years. What are some of the trends that we have seen over the years? So I spoke about how mentors help students to refine their innovation and create innovations. But we've seen that there's a reverse trend that is happening now where teachers are being mentored and trained by students. So this is something called Tinker Champs, where reverse mentoring is happening, and we must say that the teachers have actually been enjoying the process of being trained by students, and we encourage all of you to try it in your school as well. I'm pretty sure teachers would be happy to learn from their young students. And secondly, the global coding challenge, right? So we heard a story today about the Samsung challenge and the funding that the students get. Similarly, ATL students are participating in multiple challenges. So one such challenge was the global coding challenge, where among lakhs of participants come across the country, an ATL team won $200,000 as funding for their project called Saaf Water, which detects impurities in drinking water. And how did the team come up with the solution? It was because one of the students' mother had fallen sick, and it took her 3 months to get the diagnosis of being, of having consumed contaminated water. So this is an incredible success story that we share everywhere we go, because the fact that the students went ahead and decided to create a solution for a problem that they personally faced is what the ATL program is all about. And then moving on, there are a lot of technology demo days that happen, and mostly startups pitch their products to get funding. But we've seen that a lot of students have started pitching their innovations to funders, and one such event that had happened was on assistive technology, where certain innovations were made for students with disabilities. So this had happened recently, and this is another big trend. And finally, patents. So we had visited Amity International School yesterday, and we got to know that over 10 patents have been filed by the school. File 10 patents. So you can imagine what kind of work that has been happening in 10,000 ATLs across the country. So with that, I think we strongly believe that the future is in good hands, and we are on the path to becoming an Atmanirbhar Bharat through initiatives like this, which shows results in the time to come. So with that, I will hand it over back to Dipali.
Thank you, Vishnu, for sharing about Atal Tinkering Labs. Next, we would invite if there are any questions in this room or on the
Maybe
web.
the teachers want to speak something.
Sure. Yes, of course. We also have some students who would like to share
Yeah,
their.
I have also queries, two queries.
Okay, sure.
But let them speak first or what?
Yes, we can invite the students to.
One can have biobot thing which sir had mentioned, they like to talk.
Please go ahead. Students from Amity, please share.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Greetings. My name is Rabia Yagni and this is my classmate Varnika Pradhan and we are Team Biobot. So basically in our environment, we see with the increasing demand of these plastic goods, these plastic plant potters. This has led to a lot of pressure on Mother Nature. Moreover, ceramic or terracotta pots are also used and the generic mitti ka pots are also there, but they are not so eco-friendly as compared to our product. This is mainly because, for example, you have a ceramic or a terracotta pot and it falls off. What happens then? It breaks and you just end up putting it back in the dustbin, right? But our biopot, even if it first, it's very, very durable. And even if it falls off, it can just be repurposed as a natural fertilizer because it is made out of 100% vegetable peels and fruit peels, which we find at our houses. So it basically, it solves two objectives. First, it reduces the pressure on the environment by cutting down the plastics, and moreover, it also repurposes vegetable peels and fruit peels. Moreover, we'll just expand on that.
So this product is actually made out of really, really easily found materials that you find at home. That is dried vegetable peelings and fruit peels. This is combined with various other materials like mutton mitti, rice water as a binder. So these items are mixed together and then they are formed and made into our pot, which is the bio pot. This was also compared with our biggest competitor, which was ceramic and terracotta pots, which are more used. So comparing it with that, we first checked the affordability. A generic terracotta pot will cost you much more than our pot, which would be around 70 to 80 rupees. And our pot is also comparatively much more lightweight because let's say you have a mitti ka pot or you have any pot, to take it anywhere is quite hard because it is of course quite heavy. Now comparing it to our pot, it is very, very lightweight, which makes it which is a very good factor and is very easy to use then.
Another advantage of our pot is that we use banana peels and aloe vera peels to manufacture it, which gives the plant potassium and antibacterial properties. So summing up everything, we feel that this is a product that the market of today needs, and it's an approach to sustainable development as it also obeys SDG goal number 8 and SDG goal number 12.
So SDG goals number 8 and 12 talk about economic growth and also responsible consumption and production of goods. Now to just also add, our product is already patented, so we wanted to share that with everybody. To also conclude, our product is very unique and very different from anything that you see in the market today because of the fact we are taking something which is waste, that is like vegetable peelings, and creating that into a new product, which we believe is our USP. Thank you so much.
We'd also created a self-sustaining micro farm. So like a lot of us live in houses and apartments where there's not a lot of sunlight, not a lot of open space to grow our plants and vegetables. So these days you might have noticed the trend to grow like organic foods and organic stuff like in kitchen gardens, like a few herbs and maybe cherry tomatoes and stuff that we use in our daily lives. So we made a self-sustaining micro farm, which basically makes an optimal environment for the plants. And the best part is that it's completely customizable to one's use case. So basically, for example, we have a place where there's adequate sunlight and adequate air, but people need to water the plants. So the So we use the automatic plant watering system, which basically uses the capillary action to transport water from one place to another using an absorbent thread. So it has no electricity uses. It's a natural process, like the osmosis process that the roots of the plants use to get the water for itself. So it's just like an extension for that, so to get the optimal water to it. So there's no water wastage. It reduces the cost and the human intervention.
Another product from Amity Safes is Natvara, which is a herbal hand wash. I'm Aisha Khandvi and this is Sasha Vashish, my partner. Natvara is a herbal hand wash. During COVID-19, we had observed a lot of a rapid increase in the usage of hand washes. The hand washes made in bulk used more chemicals because of the increase in volume. Thus, we aim to mix the unique properties of soap nut and aloe vera in appropriate proportions to churn out an innovative and herbal liquid which has all the essential properties of an effective hand wash. Nut vera is a fully herbal, antiseptic, eco-friendly and chemically neutral hand wash. It is locally sourced, which is beneficial for the environment. The extra water of filtrate can be used as manure after being dried out, so it is also beneficial for the environment along with being eco-friendly. It reduces skin irritation and possible inflammation since it's devoid of any paraben, and it also reduces purchasing inequality since it's cost efficient. And also, I would like to add that after washing, the water can be used for watering the plants or cleaning the car, since no chemicals were used in the making of this project. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, I invite Kendra Vidyalaya School to share.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Priyanshu Hoy, a student of class 11 from Kendriya Vidyalaya Vikasapuri. I am here to express my gratitude towards ATL. It is the only platform in school where no exam are required. Here, students can convert their imagination, creativity to real world. With the integration of ATL and under the guidance of experienced teachers. As my own experience is that, after working with ATL, as I see any problem, I start thinking about how can I solve that, and through which many projects can be created. And also I got some opportunities to present my project in front of many government officials. Like recently I have presented my project in front of Australian Minister Adam Gilchrist and Indian Education Minister. So from the core of heart, I would like to thank ATL and AIM for providing me such a golden opportunities. Thank you.
Dr. Sujit, you had some.
Yes. Actually, this query is meant for the teachers who are as a mentor. Because as a parent, all of must have seen, those who are parents, of course, that generally you provide any that kind of what we say toy or doll or whatever to the young infant child. Usually the trend is that the boy will do all the research within the same night or next day or maximum 2 to 3 days it is over. Everything dissected post-mortem. But usually the girls are very protective of their dolls and toys, and it continues up to some period of time. So that means that is the very beginning of the tinkering process. That means boys are so inquisitive and innovative at that point of time, they start tinkering with their whatever allotted. They don't think that this is a treasure for me and let us keep it or preserve it. They think that let us reassemble after doing all kind of post-mortem and tinkering. But the same trend is not available or not visible as far as the girl childs were concerned. So my query is for the teachers, the mentors who are looking after supervising the ATLs, that how this gender balance they have been able to maintain. First. Number two, what are the things provided for the purpose of tinkering? That is not clear in neither of the slides, neither given any detail by Madam Vishnu Priya. They are saying ATL lab, ATL lab. I am very curious to know what is inside that ATL lab. What is inside? What are the things to do research, to do tinkering?
क्या साहब उसके लिए आपको एक ATL विजिट करना जो हमने कल किया था seeing is believing.
Yeah.
ये आप ही नहीं, आपके शब्द में यूज कर रहा हूँ इधर। हमें जब देखते हैं तब तक हम बिलीव नहीं करते, unless otherwise it is faith. All other things we have to see. I have seen it, I believe it, and I am very sure that when you see it, you will believe it.
Thank you.
So you're most welcome to visit our ATL lab, Amity sir.
No, but you can just give an overview how you promote that feeling.
So they get a independent space to work in.
No, I come to know after, ma'am, after listening to some of the views of the students, somebody was telling I joined in 6th, I joined in 7th, I joined in 8th. That means that is voluntarious in nature?
No.
Mr. Lalbhai.
In Amity, sir, I am looking after all the Amity schools. So there are the 17-20 schools all over the India. So we run a program that is we called as a Vasudha. Just before this ATL also. So what was the idea this ATL come up? So we were using the Vasudha program. So with this Vasudha, it is compulsory to each and every student from class 1 to class 12. So for the primary group, they have to just demonstrate through the posters, banner, whatever it is. But from class 6 onwards, we just provided them to present their project through the real project actually, the product means actually. So we provided the themes before the summer break to each and every student, so they can choose either in the to work on these themes either in the group or the individual one actually. So during the summer break they have to work on the themes whatever we have provided actually, and then they have to present it in. We just ask them to present their project at the 3 levels actually. So where first at the school level itself, where we among the teachers of the schools actually is mentored all the project 1-to-1 project actually, and they are supposed to shortlist it on the basis of their presentation, their creativity, their ideas actually, and they come up on the second level where we just provided mentorship from the other institutions like the Delhi University professors, the other technical university professor, our own university professor actually. So further they have to move up to the level 3 where we have a competition at the intermediate we can say actually. So all these students are compete with each other with other schools actually. So basically the idea came from here, from this Vasudha, and once we have just established or this ATL lab set up, so the entire ideas actually, now they are working throughout. They are not willing to have the classroom में भागते हैं कैसे हम पूरा टाइम अपनी lab ATL lab में बिताते हैं. So we have all kind of the facilities actually. So this just like as a ATL as a electronics lab where they can do lot of hands-on actually. So whatever their ideas actually, so they can convert their ideas into the real project actually. So we just provided all other school also. So we provided mentoring each and every step to whenever the students is required actually. So they come up with the ideas, and not only the 8 actually, from the last 3 years when this COVID came up, sir. So around 60 patent and copyrighted we have filed within this 3 years actually.
Very good. So what is the usual timing of functioning of ATL lab?
Sir, school hours only, and then if they want, then it's even after this.
The school hours at the cost of other syllabus?
No, sir, we have just not the syllabus actually. So we have given the extra time to each and every student in our timetable. So this is not the cost of the
There is a
other.
fixed period, sir. ATL period for every class from 6th grade onwards.
Okay.
Once a week they visit the ATL lab, they get the feel of the place, what all equipment is there, what all they can do. We show them presentations, how the different equipments which are available in the ATL can be used for building up things, from robotics to Arduino to things like that. They are told about that. So it starts from grade 6. So they have a fixed period. Every week they visit.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
then,
very much.
sir, beyond school hours also the lab is available. They work there till 4, 5 in the evening. Saturdays there are no regular timetables, so the Saturdays are available for some Saturdays working for us, so the whole day is available for them to come and work in the ATL lab.
Thank you very much.
I want to add something.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Vandana Deepak, ATL in charge of DV Public School, Vasant Kuj, New Delhi. I want to share my experience regarding your questions. First of all, I initiate, like in our school, ATL started in 2017. So first 1 and 2 years were really difficult for me, as you said that how can we engage girl students in ATL. So initially there was a thought or mind conception like ATL is only for robotics and only for boys. But the turning point in our school ATL is the moment when Ayushi Jain entered in our school ATL, the entire scenario have been changed. She was the first girl in our school ATL. She identified the real problem with visually impaired students who study in our school. And that project won like in top 30. And she also won that project in IIT Delhi. And then she also got a chance to visit Sochi, Russia. And that was a motivating point or turning point for all the girl students. She inspired so many girl students, and slowly, like one of girl students is with me, and many more girl students who are enthusiastically working in school area. Second, importantly, ATL is like one of the main subjects in our school ATL. So once in a week, every class visiting school ATL, and out of those classes, those who are very much enthusiastic or those who dedicatedly want to work in school ATL, those children can work in school ATL anytime, whenever they have free period, or whenever sometimes students skip their PT period or library period or other period, and then they come in ATL and work continuously. So these are the examples, like as I said, they started in classes, they are the role models of many more junior students, they share the experience and skills. Third, importantly, every July, like that is our anniversary month. So in every July, this month, we organize ATL inter-class competitions. So within this school, we identify, like there is a competition between sections. So we identify those gems of those students. So we can also identify their hidden potential, that how many children are coming up with their innovative ideas, so that we can modify and then we can do more. So these are the strategies which we are adopting in our school ATL. So nowadays I'm very happy to share with this thought that many girl students, they are like flag bearer. So boys are taking a seat back and now girls are taking over, because that one point at Ayushi Jain, and that like now there are so many girls, Sanvi Patnaik, Ashmita Jha, Soumya Porwal, there are many more girl students, just these are named to few. So
That
it's
is,
a regular subject.
we are in the era of women empowerment. That is very good. But my query is that, is there any, for all of you, is there any incentive linked with this? Somebody is telling 10 patent applied, 60 patent applied, 5.
All these students are given grades for their ATL work. So as a subject at the...
No, not, but somebody was telling, for fortunately there is no exam, no attendance for ATL. No, I want incentive. Incentive.
So the incentive is that the projects which they develop within the school level, like sir mentioned about Vasudha, and then the...
No, you need not appear for this exam, you need not appear for that exam. This grade is free, this grade is free, nothing.
Take classes for those children who miss out on their regular class because of some project going on or for some competition they are participating in. We take their, now since the online platform is also available, so we've been utilizing it fully.
So for those who have got patent, you allow them for work from home? Something?
Come to school, there in the lab, sir. For their classes, whatever they missed out, the academics thing. We take
So
care
still you do believe that academics is more important than this?
Academics is important.
Because this is a conflict, area of conflict. Even among my children, this has been regular conflict. People generally avoid extracurricular. It is up to you. You can adjust yourself. You don't give summer assignment. You don't give homework. You don't give classwork. You rather ask them to do whatever you do today itself. You do and go.
Let me add
knowledge to this. Knowledge is needed, so for knowledge comes from your academic.
But this is the practical.
You have to study your physics. You have to study your maths.
Okay, we would like to conclude this discussion right now because we have paucity of time for the room that we booked. But let me conclude by saying that in terms of integrating it with curriculum, there have been efforts along with CBSE and Ministry of Education on how the school curriculum can be integrated with tinkering and AI, and for that 90 lesson plans have already been developed for 6 to 10 standard CBSE curriculum, and gradually we intend to do that across all state boards, as well as try and find ways on mainstreaming tinkering in the school system. Many schools have found unique ways of doing that, and every school has a different style of doing that. However, we are working towards making it go in parallel, not as a separate bolt on, but as an integral part of learning pedagogy, as an integral part of how we learn in schools. That's the idea behind tinkering. It is not a separate subject. It is supposed to be how you learn things by doing, how you make things rather than consuming. That's the whole idea behind tinkering, and that's why this Atal Tinkering Labs as a program. Infrastructure is one aspect of it only. ATL is an ecosystem. It is a combination of initiatives, platforms, competitions, events, partnerships, and the various opportunities that come along with it, learning resources. And the very basic place where it is all delivered is that lab space, which is built with equipment such as electrical kits, 3D printers, a robotics kit, STEM kits, do-it-yourself kits. There are various things like soldering station, mechanical tools, measurement tools, LEDs, sensors. All these are given so that students are able to actually put their ideas into a shape, into creating something out of it, rather than just having it on paper. That's the whole idea around tinkering. And I invite you, like Shri Samuel sir said, we should visit an ATL lab to really experience what it really is. And we will soon plan after 20th another visit for the ICAR team to visit Atal Tinkering Labs and get an exposure to what really happens in an Atal Tinkering Lab. Next, as we are short on time, let me request Dr. Poonam Tiwari, who's the Joint Director, National Gender Resource Center for Agriculture from the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Before vote of thanks, I have to say a few words. Kindly allow me. Dr. Sujit Jasar asked what is the tinkering and what is the basic benefit to the students. Sir, there is only one benefit, that we are going to get n number of Dr. APJ Kalam in our country through this ATLs, nothing else. ATL is based on two